Good afternoon, everyone. History tells us of wonderful stories. Stories of beginning, stories of victories, even stories of defeat. This year, 2021, marks the 500th year of the beginning of Christianity here in the Philippines. It's been 500 years when Filipinos embraced Christianity that brought major changes not just to the lives of many Filipinos, but to the community as a whole. Today, we are here at the Bonbonon Convent ruins. These pillars for almost 500 years now stand as witnesses to the devoted faith journey before us. This is a site that molded many lives, devoting their lives to the faith and serving the church and the people. This is not only a symbol of Christian faith, but I think this is also a symbol of love, commitment, and dedication to serve. May this site sets a reminder to us of our humble beginning, of our faith tradition, and how this led us to what and who we are today. This is our story. These pillars withstand amidst all the changes of season. And today, let me share to you a short reflection on the theme, stepping into a new milestone in life.
Our reading for today is taken from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verses 1 to 13. For everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get, a time to lose, a time to keep, and a time to cast away. A time to rend, a time to sue, a time to keep silence, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate, and a time of war, and a time of peace. What profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboureth? I have seen the travail which God hath given to the sons of men to be exercised in it. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Also he hath set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that God maketh from the beginning to the end. I know that there is no good in them, but for a man to rejoice and to do good in his life. And also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of his labor. It is the gift of God. God bless the reading of his holy word.
The scripture that has been read a while ago tells us that in the book of Ecclesiastes, it tells us how the writer explains the meaning and the realities of life. And so our reflection this afternoon falls on this theme, stepping into the new milestone in life. I always believe that changes is always part of life. In fact, most of our turning points in lives are our defining moments, such as birth, death, marriage, success, such as graduation, all of this. And so the book of Ecclesiastes tells us that yes, life is not about good times as well, but even bad times. You know, I'm always fascinated with this book because it always tells us the realities of life. That though there are changes, yet there is a God who designs it. The book also testifies that God's presence in every season of life will always be there. This book really makes me ponder about life and that everything that God designs for us for the sake of love. So, let me share you one song that I think most of us is familiar with this song. The song entitled Footprints in the Sand. It is about a dream of a man. He dreamed that he was walking with the Lord across the sea. For each scene, he noted the two sets of footprints in the sand. One belonged to him and the other belongs to God. But one time in his life, when he experienced this bad situation in his life, he noticed that there is only one set of footprints in that sand. And so he asked God, Lord, you said that once I decided to follow you, you would walk with me all the way. But I noticed that in the most troubled times in my life, there are only one set of footprints. The man was troubled. He didn't understand why he needed God the most. It was also the time when he seemed to be alone. But then the Lord replied, Oh, my precious, precious child, I love you, and I would never leave you. During your times of trial, during the times of suffering, when you see only one footprints, I did not leave you. I was there carrying you. With this song, I think we can all relate to it. That in all changes of life, whether it's happy moment, whether it's bad moments, God will always be there. And so, to the seniors of class 2021, we have been into many things last year and this year, and the pandemic would bring much changes to many of us. But if there is one thing we realize about all these changes in our lives, there is a God who ushers us in all the changes in life. We are all affected with many challenges, and so it also affects each and every one of us. But yet again, the book of Ecclesiastes reminds us that in all seasons of our life, God is with us. In stepping into a new milestone, we are assured of God's presence in our lives, whether in good times or in bad times. To the class of 2020, it is my prayer that we can still experience the presence of God, even though time may change, season may change, people may change, but God will never change. God bless us all, and congratulations.
And there is no question of going back, only a matter of going further. Each perspective of height presenting, the pale landscape of the past reflecting the peculiar glow of memory. But in this spaciousness self-unmoored, there is one theme to flying, to fly alone. For in the rare regions, only dying stars collide, and survival lies in the tracks of one singular orbit. It is solitude that is the necessary caliper with which we chart our present reach or measure the feel of infinity. If we are to fly in no time at all, from here to the eternity of stars, the exact measure of the distance spanned is the point where we are. The wings of the luminous bird beat alone. I feel it, even now, deep in my bones.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host in the Seniors Day 2020, Amira G. Dato of the Medical Technology family.
To God be the glory. We are finally here. This is the end week of school year 2019-2020. And I would like to acknowledge the members of class of 2020 who are virtually celebrating with us. Hello from the campus by the sea. And congratulations for defining success on your very challenging last year of college. Even without the actual face-to-face graduation to look forward to, you are moving on with much courage, facing the realities of a year in a global health crisis. God is so good. We are here to celebrate Seniors Day of 2020. As we start, let us welcome our Dean of Students, Dr. Edna Gladys Teves Kalingasyon, for her words of welcome.
Class of 2020, wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. The year 2020 is historic for SILLIMAN University, the Philippines, and the rest of the world, as we share in the struggles brought about by the global health crisis caused by COVID-19. Class 2020 is remarkable, as you will remember your last school year in SILLIMAN with a number of interruptions, the bomb scare in July, a founder's celebration without the Parada Sillimaniana, and the cancellation of the scheduled and much anticipated Honors Day, Seniors Day, and graduation. Such a long pause. And today, we try to press the reset button. Of course, we would prefer to be gathered face to face, but as with so many things, we need to adapt to the present circumstances and maintain what matters most, celebrating your success together virtually and welcoming you as our newest members to the huge family of SILLIMAN alumni.
Dearest members of Class 2020, we have missed you terribly. We wanted to see you march in this moment of victory. The campus by the sea is truly not the same without you. This Seniors Day marks your virtual march towards graduation. It also serves as the golden bookend to the pages in the volumes of memories of your 4, 5, or more years in college. As this special fellowship of the graduating seniors is one of the 3 times in your SILLIMAN graduation that you come together as one full class. On behalf of all of us in SILLIMAN University, we at the Office of Student Services, the pastoral team, and the Alumni Affairs Office congratulate the members of Class 2020. We share this momentous occasion of pride and joy with parents and families.
And there is no question of going back, just a matter of going forward. Class of 2021, congratulations, we are so proud of you.
We who are your student services, big brothers and sisters, will always be here for you whenever you feel that the days beyond graduation will be characterized by seeming isolation, stress, and the need for much distressing that will definitely be extended from wherever you are right now across the globe. Please don't hesitate to call us, as we are here to care for you. We are in the midst of global pandemic, and that has confronted all of us with fear and uncertainty and altered the most basic rhythms of daily life.
One of the most striking divides directly exposed by the pandemic is the differential impact of this crisis to the bond that we share, the SILLIMAN spirit. We have accepted that these are stressful times to anyone who cares about our country and our fellow Sillimanians. What does all of this have to do with the SILLIMAN spirit? We have teach ourselves beyond the portals that as brilliant graduates of SILLIMAN, we will face challenges with courage and will not allow easy answers to the call of times, as we are all for answers guided by God's wisdom. And that sound decisions are based on the conscious integration of our values and judgments and evidence about the impact of our actions on the lives of others.
The SILLIMAN values anchored in the Via Veritas Vita is now a force within you. You are the force of the future, class of 2020.
This is who we are as Sillimanians. There is joy in our hearts, even with the challenges. Again, congratulations and welcome to Seniors Day.
Thank you, Ate Edna. That was an expression of full support to the class of 2020 from the OSS family. It's time for us to listen to your song, the class song of 2020. I love last year's theme taken from the movie The Star is Born. And we are excited to listen to the class song of 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, the class song of SILLIMAN University, class of 2020.
We have a choice to build or destroy, to fight or to come together. Love is a bridge and trust is a gift. We give it and it gets better. There's an energy in the water, there is magic deep in heart. There's a legacy that we honor when we bring the light to the dark. Whatever brings us together can never tear us apart. We become stronger than ever when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that we'll lead the way. When you're broken, open up your heart and feel there's no difference, we're all family here. Despite all of our downs, all our ups and downs, there is never really anything to fear. There's an energy in the water, there is magic deep in heart. There's a legacy that we honor when we bring the light to the dark. Whatever brings us together can never tear us apart. We become stronger than ever when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that we'll lead the way. Taking the first step, I see you as myself. Nothing we can do. Put the past behind, learn from life. It's time we can start brand new. There's an energy in the water, there is magic deep in heart. There's a legacy that we honor when we bring the light to the dark. Whatever brings us together can never tear us apart. We become stronger than ever when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that we'll lead the way. Kumandra, 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 kumandra.
Oh, that's a very inspiring song. Now that it is chosen as the class song, it will now have the power to bring you back to SILLIMAN University, to this beautiful campus by the sea. and give you the much needed positive energy to take on the world. And to inspire all of you this morning, SILLIMAN University has invited an alumnus to speak to you virtually all the way from Manila. May I now give the screen to the Director of Alumni Affairs, Mr. Ruben Bokingo, to introduce the speaker.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Our Seniors Day speaker is an alumnus of ours and is an award-winning actor and director. Rom Berlat has directed more than 20 films and several commercials. He is listed among the outstanding men and women of the Philippines and is currently the film ambassador representing the Development Council of the Philippines. Rom Berlat's CV lists very impressive accomplishments: 26 International Best Director Awards, 16 International Best Actor Awards, 3 International Best TV Talk Show Host Awards, 1 International Best Producer Award, 1 International Best Supporting Award, directed 16 international films for the movies, 9 Local Best Actor Awards, 1 Local Best Actor Award, 1 Local Best Supporting Actor Award, 1 Best Talent Manager Award, Outstanding Men and Women of the Philippines 2018, Philippine Faces of Success 2021, First Filipino International Cruise Ship Director. He is also one of 5 Filipino delegates to the Rotary International Group Study Exchange in Texas, USA in 1992. And here's more, he has traveled to 90 countries. Rom took a Bachelor of Business Administration, major in management at SILLIMAN University, and graduated in 1984. He was a member of the Luz Auditorium Corps of Ushers and Usherettes and was also active member of the Zeta Phi Sigma fraternity. I remember one time, Rom came to join our university job fair representing an international cruise ship company. Some of our graduates from the College of Performing and Visual Arts, COPVA, got hired. Our piano majors got to entertain international cruise ship guests and at the same time travel the world. Please help me welcome, with a round of applause, our inspirational speaker for today, Direct Rom Berlat.
I thought it won't happen again. Last year, I was brought to Cloud9 when I was invited to be the guest speaker of the Seniors Day of my dear old beautiful alma mater, my SILLIMAN University. As I was about to pack my bags, since I already have my plane ticket with me, I was told my date with the senior class will no longer push through because of the advent of the dreaded COVID-19. Despite that, I was still optimistic that time will come when I have to give my inspirational talk to the graduating class. After a year, it happened. Good day to class 2020, to the beloved faculty of my SILLIMAN University, and the parents attending the special occasion virtually. Great day to all of you. May the good Lord bless us today and forever. This is supposed to be an inspirational talk. So before having my talk today, I hope you know a little bit about me since my SILLIMAN days up to the present. I hope before today, I already have inspired some of you. I don't come from a well-off family. My mother was just a seamstress, and my father an electrician. But these facts didn't prevent me from what people thought are impossible dreams. Following the lyrics of the song, I said to myself, this is my quest to follow the star. No matter how hopeless, no matter how far. To be willing to give when there's no more to give. I took 2 scholarships when I was in senior high school. I passed both scholarships. So I had two choices: to enroll at the University of the Philippines or to take the scholarship of the national state so I can take my engineering course at SILLIMAN University. Obviously, I chose SILLIMAN. I had high grades in mathematics when I was in high school, but as an engineering student, I don't have time for extracurricular activities. Since I was a kid, I've been dancing and singing, and I want this to still continue during my days at SU. So I only had a year in the engineering department and shifted to business administration. Although my top priority were my grades, since I was maintaining a scholarship, I still got time for my extracurricular activities. I enrolled myself in the honors course and was part of the editors of the honors course Gazette. This was a training for me before I became a staff of the weekly SILLIMANian. This was not the only thing I did when I was in college. I auditioned for the SILLIMAN University Dance Troupe and Campus Choristers. Thanks God, I passed both. But I didn't stay long with the choristers because being a member of the SILLIMAN University Dance Troupe, you have to have lots of rehearsals. And do you think that because I didn't stay long with the singing group, I already considered myself busy that time? Not at all. I was my college representative in the student government. In 1982, I was also my college representative in the university-wide oratorical contest. But listen, I still have time to be part of the elite group of the loose auditorium corps of ushers and usherettes, otherwise known as LACU. With all this that I have done, do you think I got exhausted? No, I was a member of the CBA cheering team, which were champions for 4 straight years. And it never stopped there. I won as Disco King in the university-wide dance competition. This was how busy I was when I was in college. But I never forgot to study in the evening. Even how noisy my dorm is. Yes, I was staying at Dole's Hall for the whole time I was at SILLIMAN. But I was able to study my lessons until the wee hours in the morning. I will talk about Dole's Hall in a little bit. Thanks goodness, during the honors day, I was still able to get class honors despite the fact that I was busy with my other activities. And I was doubly elated when I was honored as one of the outstanding SILLIMAN students in 1982. I was bestowed the Outstanding University Talent Award, and I believe everything that I did during my spare time as a student really paid off. A lot of students in particular and people in general believe in the word busy, which is why they don't have any more time to do other things. But always remember, a busy person has a time for everything. Yes, I was a proverbial jack of all trades, but I never forgot that my first priority at SILLIMAN was my studies. I was not a student where my parents spent for my schooling, but I was maintaining a scholarship. I need to meet the required QPA for me to continue my national state scholarship. They said during my time, I was a campus figure, modesty aside. But that was I was really aiming for, to be known to the campus in a good way. It seemed to simply just called kapal mukha. But you need to have a thick face for you to achieve your dreams. As long as you have what it takes and you didn't step on the toes of other people, it is just fine not to be ashamed of what you're doing and what you want to do. Right now, I'm a film director and actor first and foremost, but I still wear several hats. I'm also a TV host and director, a tabloid columnist, a talent manager, an acting facilitator, a personality development trainer, a commercial director, and a corporate trainer. I started my showbiz career when I was 6 years old as one of the Von Trapp children in the school-produced The Sound of Music. Does anybody of you here know the musical The Sound of Music? Do you remember the songs Climb Every Mountain? Or the song Raindrops on Roses and Whiskers on Kittens, Bright Copper Kettles and Warm Woolen Needles, Brown paper packages tied up with string. These are a few of my favorite things. I could have sung the song a little bit longer, but I fear Susan Vista or Jeneline Aldecoa are watching right now. These two were the authorities in music during my time. More about my student days. I come from a small town in Misamis Occidental called Jimenez. I knew no one when I moved to Dumaguete, so I decided to live in a dormitory called Dulce. I had a bit of culture shock since there were varied people in the dorm. Students from Manila, students from Cebu, and even students from other countries. I stayed in room 201 with my roommates from Zamboanga City. I was meek, mild, and submissive. There were some loud people, but I have to adjust myself because it was my first time to live in a dormitory. Because of my mingling with students from different walks of life, from different creed and color, I was able to develop a versatile personality. To make a long story short, I had one great time in my 4-year stay in Dulce. Until now, I'm still keeping in touch with my dorm mates from 30 years ago. We have a GC in Facebook, and if time permits, we meet from time to time. I am happy to admit that one of my best years in my life were spent at SILLIMAN University. That is why, when I graduated in 1983, I never stopped connecting and reconnecting with my batchmates at the College of Business Administration, my dormmates at Dulce Hall, my brothers and sis of my fraternity Zeta Phi Sigma. Moving on, after my graduation in college, I had my first taste of a corporate job when I worked as a statistician of the Coca-Cola Bottlers Philippines Incorporated. I was also the company's editor-in-chief of their plant newsletter. While working with Coca-Cola, I never stopped dream that I will travel to other parts of the world. In 1989, I was privileged to be chosen as one of the 35 Philippine delegates being picked by the government as ambassadors of goodwill to Southeast Asia and Japan via the Japanese government's program of Ship for Southeast Asian Youth Program, otherwise known as SEA. This program offered me for the first time to travel abroad, and the first country I visited was Brunei Darussalam, a small yet very rich country in Southeast Asia. We stayed for a few days there before moving to Indonesia, then to Malaysia, then to Singapore, Thailand, and finally Japan. This SEA program offered me the chance of not only visiting 6 countries, but gave me rich experiences in learning the culture, the tradition of the aforementioned countries. It also gave me a chance to brush shoulders and rub elbows to some prominent politicians in these countries. I consider this one a milestone in my life. In 1992, another opportunity came when I was selected by the Rotary International as one of the 5 Filipinos to comprise the group study exchange program to Texas, USA. I submitted myself to a series of interviews before I got selected. My experience in South Texas really developed my personality. We had to move from club to club to deliver speeches to all Rotary clubs in that area. We also got the chance to visit companies to strengthen our knowledge about Texas economy. My dreams never stopped from there. In 1995, I thought of widening my horizon to work abroad so I can travel to other countries as well. When I was in elementary, the cover of my notebooks were some tourist attractions in the world. So I told myself, I had to see the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, the Eiffel Tower in Paris, the Acropolis in Greece, and a lot more. In the third quarter of 1995, I started working on a cruise. This afforded me the chance not only to see some Asian countries, but also mingling with other nationalities to learn their cultures. Dominated mostly by Americans, Europeans, and Australians, it was difficult for Asians to penetrate the highest position in the entertainment department. With my determination and hard work, I was able to break the norms, the tradition. I was the first Filipino to be named cruise director. With that turning point of my life, I was able to spread my wings and work on other cruise ships in the world. Being a cruise director, I was able to host and interview shows of Dionne Warwick, America, Air Supply, some winners of American Idol, and the original host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Regis Philbin. My 15 years on cruise ships totally helped me in my metamorphosis as a director, a host, and an entertainment personality. It also gave me the rare opportunity to travel to the 7 continents of the world. It was in 2011 when I called it quits in working abroad. I went back to the Philippines and worked for a maritime industry, then in a 5-star hotel and casino. After having been to 90 countries, I considered myself successful. Yet I believe something is still missing. So I went back to my first dream, the dream of getting into show business both as an actor and director. So I quit my last job and entered show business even if nobody believed in me. I gambled into starting a new career with no one believing in my capacity and capability as an actor and director. But I proved them wrong. When my first film, Agaw Pansin, snatched attention from the critics, I won Best Director and an International Best Supporting Actor from the prestigious Honoris Film Festival in New York. The rest is history. Currently, modesty aside, I will brag a little bit. I won 26 International Best Director Awards, 17 International Best Actor Awards, and 3 International Best TV Talk Show Host Awards. These are on top of my other victories such as 16 Best Films for my work and 2 Best Screenplay. Before I reached my status at present, I had several hurdles, trials, tribulations. It was an arduous journey, but it was well worth it. Always remember that life is not at all a bed of roses. If you want to be successful, be ready to accept failures because failures are the mothers of success. Always go for your dreams. Drive your way to your passion. If you fail and fall, pick yourself up and try again. God has always something in store for us. Learn to forgive yourself and learn to forgive others. Live a simple life so others may simply live. Have faith in the Lord and believe in yourself. Before I close, remember the poem Desiderata, written by Max Ehrmann. Do not compare yourselves to others. You may become vain and bitter. There are always greater and lesser persons than yourself. To the class of 2020, celebrate your existence and good luck on your journey. God bless us all.
Oh wow, what a truly inspiring message. Thank you, Director Rom Berlat, for your words of wisdom. You're invading the film industry in the Philippines, and a harvest of international awards truly made us realize all the potential that a SILLIMAN graduate has. Yes, class of 2020, you can define success beyond the portals. Go and realize your dreams. Now we have a very special intermission from a student nurse who will sing a song for all of you ates and kuyas out there. Please welcome Ronald Christian Colman.
Who am I that the Lord of all the earth would care to know my name, would care to feel my hurt? Who am I that the bright and morning star would choose to light the way for my ever-wandering heart? Not because of who I am, but because of what you've done. Not because of what I've done, but because of who you are. I am a flower quickly fading, here today and gone tomorrow, a wave tossed in the ocean, a vapor in the wind. Still you hear me when I'm calling. Lord, you catch me when I'm falling. You told me who I am. I am yours. I am yours. Who am I that the eyes that see my sin would look on me with love and watch me rise again? Who am I that the voice that calmed the sea would call out through the rain and calm the storm in me? Not because of who I am, but because of what you've done. Not because of what I've done, but because of who you are. I am a flower quickly fading, here today and gone tomorrow, wave tossed in the ocean, a vapor in the wind. Still you hear me when I'm calling. Lord, you catch me when I'm falling. You told me who I am. I am yours. Not because of who I am, but because of what you've done. Not because of what I've done, but because of who you are. I am a flower quickly fading, here today and gone tomorrow, a wave tossed in the ocean, a vapor in the wind. Still you hear me when I'm calling. Lord, you catch me when I'm falling, and you told me who I am. I am yours. I am yours. I am yours. shall I fear? Whom shall I fear? 'Cause I am yours. I am yours. Lord, I am yours.
Oh, I love that song, Ron. A truly inspirational moment. Again, thank you for your valuable service, and God bless you with the future opportunities in the real world beyond the portals of your alma mater. At this point, we want you to imagine that you are riding the campus cruiser around the campus with the campus ambassadors. Bring back all the memories. Ladies and gentlemen, a virtual version of A Walk to Remember. Please welcome the campus ambassadors.
Yeah, we have a choice to build or destroy, to fight or to come together. Love is a bridge and trust is a gift. We give it and it gets better. There's an energy in the water, there is magic deep in heart. There's a legacy that we
Today is a celebration of a tremendous feat. You would not have come to this day without hard work. There may have been days when you felt like you could no longer continue. But here you are, standing as the resilient graduates of Batch 2020. I'm Christian Jed Kulan, your campus ambassador, and today, put on your visionary white flip-flops as I take you on your final look around your dear old SILLIMAN University.
To start with, we have our very own SU Gym. Aside from being a massive edifice that utilized dismantled parts of an airplane hangar, this was the home of your physical education classes. Your intramural games, the most awaited cheer dance competition, and of course, who would forget that this was where you experienced the thrill of witnessing the live performance of Ben and Ben? And had it not been because of the pandemic, this was supposed to be where you would have proudly marched and received your hard-earned diplomas, where you would have bid farewell to your friends and teachers, where you would have worn your biggest smiles as you think about the journey that awaits you outside the portals of SILLIMAN. But despite it not being the perfect ending that you expected for your student life, we are still beyond delighted to call you proud graduates of SILLIMAN University. Venturing outside the gym, we have the Revelio Physical Education field. We cannot leave out the sight of the most highlighted event of the school year, where not just the students, but the alumni and locals of Dumaguete as well gather and celebrate the university's founding, the Hibalag Booth Festival. It is considered a staple to perform at least once in the Claire Isabel Mackil Luz Auditorium during your stay in the university. Have you? Worry not. Sitting in one of the 761 seats of the most beautifully built auditorium outside Manila is enough. Settled at the heart of the university lies our very own SILLIMAN Church. This holy structure holds a colorful history with its tenacity during World War II. Through the years, it has been a place for students to gather and attend midweek services, a direct manifestation of SILLIMAN University's Christian orientation. Alongside our university's motto, may the 5 C's holistically hone you, that regardless of where you go, you will continuously embody the spirit of Via Veritas Vita. We are now down to our last spot, and it is only fitting that we end where the university actually began. The SILLIMAN Hall. This building has withstood the test of time by being around since 1903, making it the oldest building in the campus. May this be a symbol of your undying love for the campus by the sea, knowing that it will always be your home, regardless of where life takes you.
Despite virtual means, we shall still make good of the tradition for the graduates to march through the gate of opportunity as a proper send-off into the world beyond the portals. But, as our song goes, as you leave the halls of SILLIMAN University, may it continue to be your guiding star, and loyal shall you ever remain. From the SILLIMAN University Corps of Campus Ambassadors, congratulations, Batch 2020!
Thank you, Campus Ambassadors. I am sure it brought back a lot of memories of face-to-face classes and events here in the campus.
To my dear graduating seniors, I would just have wanted to say, what are your plans after graduation? Okay? Goodbye, good luck, and take care. Keep in touch. But no, I cannot do that. My dear students, soon you will be leaving the halls of SILLIMAN University unless you wish to pursue law, medicine, or the graduate school. Former U.S. First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." End of quote. Today, I am honored to say we are proud of your many achievements over the years, your various accomplishments in almost all curricular and extracurricular activities, your brilliant achievements in academic discourse and in sports of the five C's are indeed acknowledged. Your sweet memories will forever remain in our hearts. I and my colleagues in the faculty and staff wish to thank you for the exceptional zeal you have demonstrated towards your studies, in your relationship with the teachers, management, and even among yourselves at the time of these great changes in learning delivery and assessment due to the pandemic. Who would have imagined an ODL, virtual intramurals, virtual honors day, and soon virtual commencements, and even this, virtual seniors day? My dear students, as you leave the halls of SILLIMAN, expect that challenges await you, but be comforted by the fact that you are a graduate of SILLIMAN University imbued with the SILLIMAN spirit, the spirit that has motivated and empowered Sillimanian through the years to excel, innovate, and under the tenets of our strong Christian faith. Always see yourselves as good ambassadors of this institution and never allow selfish interest to blemish the integrity you have nurtured over the years in this great alma mater of ours. Be kind and be humble and be of service to others. Allow the words of God guide you as you make a difference in this world. In behalf of our President, Dr. Betty Cernol McCann, may the force of SILLIMAN's whole person education be with you always. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2020.
Congratulations to the SILLIMAN University class of 2020. After a year of waiting, we're finally given this platform to be recognized of our efforts. Just a few weeks ago, I saw a tweet that said, "Wanay masagit pa nang mo graduate na online." And I didn't miss to reply and say, "Naa, katong wala graduation." I think both batches have the same struggle of not having the chance to walk down and in our togas. But I think that for batch 2020, it's extra painful or extra difficult because last year we hoped that the pandemic was going to end anytime sooner, or we hoped that the school would stage some sort of graduation just to recognize our efforts. As graduates, we were robbed of the opportunity to walk down or march down the red carpet in our togas, of seeing our teachers beam with so much pride because we finally made it, or see the comforted smiles of our families because they have finally produced a professional in the family. And my heart goes out to the academic achievers and student leaders who weren't celebrated as much as they deserve to be celebrated for all the awards that they were supposed to receive on stage with a very big round of applause from the whole audience. Today marks the end of that. I hope that today brings the closure that despite not being able to walk through the halls of SILLIMAN in our toga, we go through the whole world with SILLIMAN in our hearts. It's time to close this chapter in our lives and see the world that we have prepared ourselves to be. May we all move forward successfully, but may we never fail to look back to the institution that honed us to be competent, to have character, and to never lose faith. And especially, we not forget the campus by the sea, who has stood witness of a lot of moments in our lives. Again, congratulations to class of 2020 and to SILLIMAN University. Thank you. We are in deep gratitude. Loyal shall we remain.
Hey, here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. 'Cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring...
Let us now end this gathering with a prayer. Let us pray. Indeed, O Lord, today is a celebration of your faithfulness to us. You have called us into a life of success and integrity, and we are grateful to you for sustaining us with your grace throughout the years. And now we are able to enjoy the fruit of our hard work. And as we end this virtual gathering, we pray that you would bless us and keep us safe. All this we pray in Jesus' name. And now, children of God, may God's blessing be upon you. May you live an abundant and successful life, the one that God has promised to all those who follow Him. Go and be the blessing to others. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
To the graduating class of 2020, you did it. You finally made it. This is your endgame. Congratulations, class of 2020. You made it. Congratulations. Woohoo!
best we give it and it gets better. There's an energy in the water, there is magic deep in the heart. There's a legacy that we honor when we bring the light to the dark. Whatever brings us together can never tear us apart. We become stronger than ever when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that when we just trust and believe it. You'll see that we'll lead the way. When you're broken, open up your heart and feel. There's no difference, we're all family here. Despite